What's going on out there, everybody? My name is Frankie.
I'm Misha.
And this is
Stick a Fork in It. So sorry.
It was great.
Let's do that one more time. I'm sorry.
What's going on out there, everybody? My name is Frankie.
I'm Misha.
And this is
Stick a Fork in It. So, Frankie and I started this channel because we thought we're both foodies. We love to eat, especially sweets. So we decided, why not share some of our creative ideas with other people? So here we are. So today we're going to make one of my all-time favorites. I've been making it for my kids since they were very small. They're my one bowl brownies. So we have 4 ounces of chocolate, baker's chocolate. You can use Godiva, whatever 4 ounces of chocolate works for you. 2 cups of sugar, 3 eggs, a cup of flour, a couple chopped walnuts, and a cup of chocolate chips. 1.5 stick of butter, and I use real butter. So I'm gonna let Frankie get started on this. We're going to take the chocolate, break it up, and microwave it in the bowl with the butter.
You see that?
It's probably still fun.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Start with a minute.
Oh yeah.
And so the thing with, well, I don't know what to do with your hands either. We're just gonna wait. But the thing with chocolate is, especially if you're microwaving it, you wanna start out slow and low so you don't burn your chocolate. So, as you can see, the butter has already begun to melt. We don't want to melt this too fast because you can burn your chocolate. So we're just gonna stir the chocolate that hasn't melted into the warm butter until it all incorporates. And I'm gonna let the one with the muscles do this because he's stronger than I am.
Yeah, Mom, let's not be awkward.
Here you go. And we're just stirring it around just till it gets completely melted. And the glass dish also retains some heat, which helps the chocolate melt. And I have a funny story. One time, when Leidra was in college, she invited some friends to Lynchburg for dinner before they were going to a concert at church. And I decided I'd make them a homemade meal. And she was so excited because when she got home, there was a pan of brownies. And she thought for 100% certainty that those brownies were my one bowl brownies. Well, I tried to cheat that day. I just ran out of time. I had some box mix in the cabinet, threw it together, and on her way to the concert, she texted me back, why did you give us those box made brownies? Her friends thought they were delicious, but she knew they weren't mine. Funny story. Remember that?
No.
You ate the rest of them though.
Of course I ate the rest of them. I eat everything.
So is the chocolate melting?
Yeah, it's almost done.
Okay. There's just a few little lumps still. And you just want to make sure it's completely melted
Yeah, I think we're good now.
into the butter.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing, and the absolute thing that I love about this is all easy. You're just dumping. Once you get your chocolate melted, just like this, to this smooth consistency, then you're just dumping. So we're gonna put the 2 cups of sugar,
Bang.
and we're gonna stir that in. And I like to go ahead and stir the sugar in first to kind of cool down the chocolate, because I don't like to put my eggs in right away into the hot chocolate, because you don't want scrambled eggs in your brownies. So you just really are just mixing that in. It is, and it makes just the sugary.
This looks like mud.
He says it looks like mud, but I bet you he gonna eat them brownies then.
I mean, yeah.
All right, that's good. And now what you're gonna do is crack all your eggs, and you don't have to do these one at a time. Just make sure that you don't get any eggshell. And if for any reason you ever get an eggshell, you can always use your shell to get it out. Actually, I see one little piece.
That's right there.
It's the eggshell attracts itself, and you're able to pull it right out. And then we just stir this all together. Make sure that the eggs are well incorporated into the chocolate. And Frankie, if you want to get me a teaspoon of vanilla extract ready to go.
Which one is that?
The one that says teaspoon.
Is that the big T or the small
That's
T?
it. The big T is a tablespoon.
Gotcha.
Small T is a teaspoon.
Gotcha.
And sometimes you have to give it a little arm action. And then so we've just put in the vanilla extract, and we're going to now incorporate the 1 cup of flour. And so once we get that mixed in, then dump and dump again. And Frankie's just giving us a good mix for us and scraping the sides. And I love using the scraper or the spatula or the spoonula, whatever they call them, because they're great with being able to scrape down the sides.
This takes elbow grease.
The muscles.
Good.
Scrape right on this side. You got a little bit of flour. Yep. Okay, now that the flour is already incorporated, I'm just gonna dump, this is a cup of roughly chopped walnuts, and I do them in a rough chop because I like to get a bite of the nut. I don't like, I like to know that I'm eating a walnut, and that's probably because I have a nut allergy. I know it doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. There's a couple of nuts I can eat. Walnut's one of them. So while Frankie continues to incorporate that, I'm gonna spray our 9x13 baking pan. And don't nobody say nothing about my pans. I used to own a restaurant and I use these pans multiple times every day. They are well used, well loved, and they have earned every scar, every stain on them. And I love them and I won't trade them for anything. So I like to use parchment paper or baking paper because it's just easier to get the brownies or whatever you're making out. So I spray a little bit of Pam in the bottom of the pan itself before I put the parchment down, just to hold it in place. Then I spray the parchment paper. You don't have to. Parchment paper is non-stick, but that's just what I do, and that's just how I like to do it. So now that Frankie's done all the heavy lifting and stirring this all together for me, I'm just gonna literally dump it into the pan. And believe me, I try to get every ounce of chocolate. I have issues with chocolate. It loves me, and I love it. And all we're gonna do is evenly spread this into the pan. We've already preheated the oven to 350 degrees. Once I get this evenly spread in the pan, we're gonna cook this for 20 minutes. My oven cooks a little fast for whatever reason. I don't know. Hot over here, I don't know. But it cooks relatively quickly. So we're gonna start with 20 minutes. We may have to go a little bit longer, but I'll just have to test it out. Okay. Alrighty, you wanna put that in the oven for me?
Yep. What you doing? What you doing with that?
Oh,
don't do that.
My bad. He gonna eat the raw batter. I wouldn't recommend eating raw eggs, but you know.
I just want to look.
He just want to taste it.
Yeah, see, those gonna be good brownies right there.
Mm-hmm. So let's set the timer for 20 minutes, and we'll see you back in a few. Okay, I'm thinking we need just a few more minutes, probably another 2 minutes. They're still a little wet. You want them to be somewhat wet, but you don't want them to be this wet. So I'm just gonna set the timer for another 2 minutes, and then they'll be ready to come out. We'll let them cool and then cut and eat. So our brownies are all done. As you noticed a little earlier, I had to stick them in there for another just a few minutes just to ensure that they were done all the way through. And I used a toothpick to double check whether or not they're done. And as you can see, no, nothing came out except for maybe a little bit of a chocolate chip. Our brownies are nice and cool now, and they're ready to cut. We like ours are still a little warm. What I like to do is just to make sure that there's no paper holding that on the edges, so I can get a good smooth cut. Frankie doesn't really like the corners, and you can see that they're moist.
Hey, comment down below, please. Do you like brownies regular, or do you like them with a little bit of ice cream on the side?
Ice cream would have been great. I didn't have any. Oh no.
Well, this is about brownies. This isn't about brownies a la mode.
I'm gonna take the corner piece because he don't really like the corner piece. And I'm gonna give him, ooh, they are super moist, Frankie.
Yup. Just like I like it.
Ooh, they're still a little warm too. Ooh. There you go.
Thank you.
All right. Toast to us.
Yep. Stick a fork in it. Man.
Oh, I'm not even supposed to be eating sugar right now. Whoa. This is the bomb. I gotta get another little piece because I want the nut. Oh, so good.
Yeah, this is it right here.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
So, we hope that you enjoyed this segment of Stick a Fork in It. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button, please.
Tell us, comment below, tell us what you think.
Tell us any more recipes, any more things you want to see us try. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in.
There you go.